Airborne Toxic event sometime around midnight. I'm Matt. Mike Jollett, lead singer of that band, songwriter as well, is on the phone. Why don't you tell us about that tune?
The funny thing about that song is that it actually happened. Some people come up and ask occasionally, like, so that song, sometime around midnight, what's that about? And I always find that really odd because I'm like, well, if you start with the opening line and you go through to the end of the song, it's pretty much all it's about. It's not really like some sort of deep metaphor for modern man's existential struggle with whatever the hell. It's literally just about seeing your ex-girlfriend in a bar and going home and being really upset about it while drinking yourself silly. That's pretty much it.
And we've all been there.
Yeah.
So how are you, man?
Pretty well. All right, man. How you been?
I've been good. It's we got a huge dump of snow this morning, so I've been better. But winter's starting. Where are you, LA?
I'm in LA. We got no snow here. Is it like you get a ton of snow and then they cancel school that day and everything?
Yeah, it happens from time to time.
We don't get much of that in LA. Like the mountains just behind LA, you look at like snow-packed, peaks and stuff in the wintertime.
Right. Here's a good title for you: Snow-Packed Peaks. So, are you guys working on a record? I heard you're working on a disc now.
Yeah, that's right. So we're finishing up our second record. We've been in the studio for quite a while.
How's it sounding? Are you pleased? Like what? Give me some details.
It's so much to think about. It's taken about a year to make, and we wrote about 50 songs.
Wow. So I heard you were originally writing a book on the first record and turned it to prose. Is that the same process for this time?
No. So I mean, I was working on a novel before, and halfway through the novel, I just started writing songs in my room I guess it's sort of a procrastination thing at first, and then it eventually became something, that I did started to take more seriously because it started taking over like all of my time. But this one, we came back, we toured for 2 years, and we played, like 350 shows around the world, and I came home and suddenly it was like, okay, you're home, and I had this second record looming, and so I just kind of locked myself in a room and wrote a ton of songs. It's the record's it's a different kind of record, I think. It's the first record was a lot of like sad songs about girls and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was going through this breakup, this pretty horrific breakup at the time, and then now it's like, there's definitely some different themes. My family's kind of gone through some stuff in the last couple of years. We lost some family members, and a lot of time spent thinking about those issues and thinking about, what it means, to when people you care about, or you're really close to, when you lose them. I think that has like this transformative effect on your life. And so it ended up being kind of the main theme of the record.
Do you ever plan on finishing that book, or did it all come out in songs?
I don't know. I keep thinking that I'm going to have time to finish it. I keep thinking, oh, yeah, man, I'll be home for, time long enough. And then we're just, like, the touring schedule has just been so aggressive. I mean, we're in, 5 different time zones in a week.
Right.
And, playing and sleeping on a bus and doing, interviews and, doing meet and greets with fans. And then, you go to dinner, and then you do sound check, then you play your show. Then afterwards, everybody wants to go out, and then you go out and you come home, and it's like 2 a.m. and you're on the bus and you're on your way to the next city.
The other interesting thing I find about the whole book process is, were you playing guitar before, or did you pick it up after realizing these were songs you were writing?
Oh, well, I knew how to play guitar. I just hadn't touched it in a long time. I was like one of those. I would like write songs for my girlfriend, and like in high school and stuff. So like I knew how to play guitar for that purpose.
Right.
But I hadn't touched it. I didn't want to be a musician. I just wanted to write. All my heroes were writers. People like Kurt Vonnegut and F. Scott Fitzgerald and Chekhov. And I mean, these are the people that I really, really looked up to and felt that, in a culture, that the really significant people are the writers. They're the canny ones. They're the smart ones. They're the ones that really get it. Mm-hmm. And I always wanted to be one myself. And then, like I said, I was down that road a bit, then music just kind of took over. And it took me a long time to kind of get established as a writer, to get all the things that, that add up to what you call a literary, career, like whatever. Like I had columns, and I had, published short stories and McSweeney's, and I had an agent, like a literary agent, mm-hmm. and like the whole nine. And like I got into Yaddo, all the things that are like, this is what you do when you're trying to be a writer. And that took forever. And then in the middle of that, I suddenly was like, you know what? I'm gonna start a band. Everybody thought I was crazy. My mom and dad, my friends, they were like, "What? You're gonna do what? You just spent 5 years trying to establish yourself as a writer, and it's finally going well, and you're gonna do what?" It was complete. They'd have been less surprised if I was like, guys, I'm going to join the circus.
Right.
I just decided that knife throwing, that's really where my skills lies, is in knife throwing.
There's another idea for a song, a knife-wielding writer.
A knife-wielding writer on a mountain, on a snow-capped mountain.
On a snow-capped mountain, there you go.
That's actually the name of the next record. That's good. I don't think we're supposed to say that, but yeah, a knife-wielding writer on a snow-capped mountain is actually... It's a metaphor for death and life.
Yeah, there you go. There's a scoop right here. We do something on the show called 5 questions. 5 quick questions, 1-word answers.
Do it. One-word answers?
1-word answers.
Okay. Fish. Trombone. Okay. Sourdough bread.
That's a few words.
Hyphenate that.
That's it. Yeah, fair enough.
Existentialism and yes. Can we see if those line up, though? Can we just see if, when you ask, maybe they'll line up?
Yeah, they might. I don't know about the sourdough bread. Well, maybe, actually.
Time to put another celebrity on the hot seat. Here's Matt Schichter with 5 questions on 95.7 The Sound.
Road or studio?
Road.
Lennon or McCartney?
Lennon.
Most important thing in a song, lyrics, melody, or rhythm?
Ooh, lyrics.
Song you've written you're most proud of. Doesn't need to be 1 word.
The song with 1 word that you've written.
Yeah.
That I'm most proud of. That's tough. I don't know. It's hard to choose one. They're like children,
Fair enough. 1 word, Airborne toxic event.
1 word.
1 word.
I can't think of one. Sourdough bread.
Sourdough. It does line up then. There you go.
That was 5 questions on 95.7 The Sound. Listen weeknights at 5:15 when Matt grills his next guest.